Tonight, WECT investigates access to life-saving benefits. A former teacher from Wilmington says she's battling cancer, and the state retirement system for her disability benefits. WECT's Connor Smith has been working for you, investigating the situation for weeks now. Connor, this woman says she put everything into the school system, but she believes they failed her when it mattered most.
That's right, Fran. Jennifer Hall reached out to us more than a month ago, and after that she detailed roadblock after roadblock when it came to receiving critical health benefits and a reimbursement check from the state. We worked to get her answers, and tonight she is finally on her road to recovery. 2 months into the school year, Jennifer Hall's days start like this. Instead of driving to her old teaching job, she's usually driving to her next doctor's appointment or wherever she's sleeping next.
Everything I own now is in my car until I stay with whoever I'm staying with.
At Hoggard High School, Hall wanted to teach students how to become teachers, but in 2023, she was diagnosed with breast cancer for the second time.
It makes you rethink your priorities. It makes you rethink, where am I spending my time and energy, and how much time am I going to have left to live?
That diagnosis meant applying for disability benefits through the North Carolina retirement system, a process Hall says can best be described as complicated and frustrating.
Definitely don't feel like I was treated as a person that mattered, that's for sure. Just another person that's going through the system trying to figure out how to navigate it.
Hall applied for extended short-term disability benefits back in February. After waiting weeks, she pushed for an update. Every time she called the state retirement system, Hall says she spoke with a different person, forcing her to explain her whole story over and over again. She says she called 7 times. Eventually, a supervisor called, saying she was missing a document, Form 700. Her application could not be approved until it was in. And making the matter worse, Hall says New Hanover County Schools never had sent the form over. For weeks, she had no idea. And all the while, it kept her from receiving any benefits while battling cancer, forcing her to move out of Wilmington.
But mentally, just having to navigate through that, a medical condition, and then having to navigate through, how am I going to have enough money to eat? How am I going to, have enough money to drive to my doctor's appointments?
At the end of May, she received this letter saying she had been approved, retroactive to March. Another point of confusion for Hall was health insurance. Once she was approved for disability benefits, she was automatically enrolled in the state health plan. But Hall says nobody told her that. She already had health insurance. So with money coming out of her checks for insurance she didn't need, she had to pick up the phone again, calling the state and the school district. They told her to get that money back, she had to go through Itedium, a third-party company based in Kansas. And 2 months later, Hall says she finally got a reimbursement check in the mail.
No one's talking to each other, except for me, making everybody talk to everybody else. And that's the bad part.
WECT Investigates took Hall's complaints to the North Carolina Treasurer Department, which oversees the state retirement system and health plan. Sam Watts is the retirement system's executive director.
We're always trying to improve every one of our processes every day.
Watts says once Hall got in her missing form, they approved her application in 5 days.
We're spending taxpayer money, and so we have to make sure that everything is followed and everything is complete and filled out. And we try to do that with compassion.
Hall wishes that compassion had translated to efficiency at the local level. For now, she's battling cancer and focused on finding a permanent home, wondering if she'll ever teach again. One lesson she knows for sure, no one should ever have to follow in her footsteps.
That's what brought me here. So nobody has to go through that whole process while trying to figure out how to save your life.
Now, Hall wasn't sure if her benefits would get extended past next week until after we reached out to the state. But we have good news tonight. She did receive an email a few weeks back stating that she will have benefits through December 2nd. Fran?
Connor, so if the state did what it was supposed to do, what was New Hanover County Schools' response to this story? Yeah,
Fran, the district declined speaking on camera to us. However, they did send a statement saying they can't discuss the details of any individual situation. But they do understand this process can be stressful and frustrating. Fran, the district says they work, quote, diligently and compassionately to help their employees.
All right. Thanks, Connor.